Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I thought I would mix it up and actually do some recording outside. So I hope everyone likes this for my Dear Diary. So today's Dear Diary. Friends and politics. I think this is a good topic to talk about where I don't need to refer to any studies or go through 6 hours of study and research before putting together and editing and cropping down a video. I just wanted to talk about something that I've experienced from personal experience. So what do I have to offer with this topic? Well, I'm a very friendly person and I've always had a lot of friends. I've always been very much the social butterfly. I've always had all these different friends. When all my friends were dating boys, I just was not interested in boys. I wanted to just hang out with different friends all the time. I even left the country at least 8 times to travel the world and make friends all over the world. Friendship to me is important. I think it's one of the staples that makes humans happy and content in life. And what I've noticed is that you can lose a friend based purely on an ideological difference. You just can. It's funny too because my friends have known for many years that I was a Christian, and that wasn't too much of an issue. There was the occasional eye rolling, the occasional I've always been, even in my circle of girlfriends from high school, I was always the outsider. I was always the one who had the opposing opinion. I'm always the one that people get annoyed at. People get annoyed at me all the time because I always have something different to offer opinion-wise or what have you. I've always been that person, and every time my friends got mad at me, for whatever reason, I always had that counter argument. But I didn't always offer it, because by offering the counter argument, well, I end up being right, and I usually was. Often I wasn't. I'm wrong a lot too, but I was usually right. But it always resulted in a weird tension between the two of us, and I didn't like that either. I don't want weird tension between my friends. So if that means me keeping my mouth shut and still continuing to have the friends that I have, that was what I was going to do. I wasn't going to demonize and outcast myself from my friends just because I wanted to win an argument. And at some point you get sick of that. At some point you say, but I'm right. Like, I remember having a disagreement with a girlfriend, and we were down in Sorrento area, all hanging out, having a great time with all of them. And I said something like, the world is so bad right now that bestiality has become legal in certain countries. I said something like that, and then my friend goes, no, that's not the case. She goes, what country? And I said, Canada. Nah, I don't believe it. And I said, it's true. No, it's not true. That's not true. I said, I can prove it. She goes, no, I don't need to see. I know that that's not true. So then I said to her, look, penetration is not allowed, but you're allowed that. And she wouldn't believe me. And I sent her a link showing her that Canada has in fact legalized this, and I never got oh okay, I was wrong, my apologies. It just never happened. That same friend said something about when you're driving, you're not even allowed to have a toggle on the car for your mobile phone. And I remember saying, oh, I don't know, I have no clue. But another girlfriend of mine said, no, I'm pretty sure you're allowed to have the toggle. And I'm like, I have no stake in this, let's fact check it. We fact checked it, and my other friend was right. And so then she was sort of quiet, a little bit quiet. And I remember thinking in my head, because several weeks later, she said, no, but that legislation, it was too broad, it was too broad. And I'm like, it's incredible to me how difficult it is for other people to admit when they're right or wrong. I'm wrong a lot. Do you guys know how often I'm wrong? You guys tell me on my Instagram, dear, that story is actually not correct. I'll take it down immediately. I've been told by so many different people when I'm wrong. I've become so used to it that it doesn't really bother me anymore. But some of these people have pride, and that becomes the problem. In a friendship, if you become political like I have, I was able to hold on to them for about, let's say, 3.5 years before they just decided to drop off the map. And it's not without my lack of trying. I sent these friends Christmas presents. I made sure to text them and to call them and say, has anything changed between us? Because I feel like it has. They're like, no, everything's fine, until they just stopped messaging me. And this is because I imagine it's either because of people that I've dated or because of videos that they've seen that they've decided that they don't like. And do you know what? Those people have, they're narrow-minded and they are reductive. You know, they obviously don't have the mental and emotional capacity to maintain a friendship with someone who thinks differently to them. Now, I've let go of friends myself. I have specifically done this in the last 2 years. They first disassociated with me in a really unnecessary, extravagant way, which at the time I was like, I'm so sad about this. And then everyone who I spoke to who was a true friend said, this is your ticket, dear. This is the best thing ever. They've disassociated from you. You now can work on regaining a better audience. You can now rework on getting, really high up their politicians like Senator Jim Molan on your channel, because they wouldn't come on beforehand. And I'm like, you're right, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I saw it as such a positive. And now my channel has grown. Now I have more success than I did before. Now I'm working all the time. Now I'm going out with my girlfriends, the ones who aren't reductive, the ones who have the energy to hold me in their life because they see me as a bonus, they see me as fun. Sometimes your friends become toxic. Now, whilst I'm not a toxic person, drama tends to surround people who, for whatever reason, like to create that drama around you. That's what was happening to me on some level, but these friends don't know that. My high school friends don't know that. They just became really small-minded and really reductive. It's not like they didn't know that I'm pro-life. It's not like they didn't know that I'm against same-sex marriage. Now they know me. That's the thing. These friends know me. They know I'm a kind person. They know I have a heart. They know that I love them and they know that I make an effort. Despite all of that, they chose to rid themselves of me because maybe I became too boring for them. Maybe I became too something for them. That's their right. That's okay. But in their place, I've acquired better friends who will allow me to have the opinions that I have. I have a friend right now. Her name is Kelly Grace. You guys know her. She's a regular on my channel. I love her dearly. She's pro-choice. She's all for abortion. I'm not. Now, she doesn't love it in that she thinks, hey everyone, let's promote abortion, it's the best. She's not like that. But because she is consistent, despite the fact that I hate she's pro-choice, she's still my friend. And because she is pro-choice, she is so on top of this mask mandate stuff. She's pro-choice for that. She's consistent, which is what I really like. And it wasn't too long ago that I was at my friend's house and she was talking about how my Instagram story really bothered her because I was talking about how I went into a bookshop and I asked the fella in the bookshop, like, why does your store have the policy of the masks mandate? I said, you realize it's not a law. It's not a law in this country to do that. It's just a mandate. A mandate is a recommendation. You're allowed to say no to it. And if you get fined for it, well then take it to the court system. It is what it is. But and I said to her, but I'm not a rude person. I'm not a rude person. I wasn't rude to the guy that I asked. She goes, but you were being sassy in your story. Yeah, I was being sassy in my Instagram story because, I was trying to liven it up a little, but I wasn't rude to the guy. And it didn't matter what I said. She just got really frustrated. And this is one of my friends that I still have and that I've kept and who is the most amazing person. But I still, even though I wouldn't call her reductive, I would say that I still need to walk on eggshells about the things I'm allowed to discuss. And so, you have your different friends. I have different friends in different circles, and I love that. And the friends I have now are the friends that were always going to stay. And that's what's important. Like, if you have friends who no longer want to be your friends based on your politics or a boy you've dated, then they're reductive. What's the point in having those people around if they're not going to watch you make mistakes and support you through the mistakes that you have made? Do you know what I mean? And so overall, I haven't really said a whole lot. I've literally just sort of sprouted off stories. I think that it's important for all of you to really analyze the friends that you have, and if they are super toxic, if they bring you down, if they're mean to you, if they're insulting, you need to get rid of them. I was never any of those things to my friends, at least not intentionally. Um, but what I was opinionated. What I was not a bit of a doormat at times, but sometimes I still felt the need to defend myself. And so you've got to really weigh those things up. And also, yeah, I've chosen to get rid of a lot of people in my life as well. Those people, and I've also sent emails out to different friends and tried to mend friendships with them. And then they've come back with me with emails saying, oh, we could have caught up, but you didn't resend another email. Or in that same email saying, you did this and you did this and you did this. It's like, I just sent you an email after so many months letting you know that I'm so happy about the developments in your life. I'm so happy you have a baby. I'm so happy that you have all these things. And your response email to me is predominantly blaming me for everything when you could have reached out and said, hey, let's catch up. I've done my bit, and I'm always the one reaching out, which is what I hate. It's always me doing the right thing. It's always me trying to do the right thing when I haven't done anything wrong to them in the first place. And if I have done something wrong, just let me know so we can work on it. Like, it's really not that difficult. The friends that I've chosen to kick out of my life are people who are surrounded by toxic people, who are surrounded by people who have no interest in being kind toward me. Like, I'm working basically every day. I'm hanging out with my family more than I ever have. I plan on having this amazing future for myself. I'm going back to New South Wales very soon, and I know what I want for my life, and if you're not in it, it's for a very good reason. And I just want everyone to know that like, you're going to lose friends if you enter the political arena. All I do is commentary. It's not like I'm a politician. It's not like I'd ever do that. But I'm very lucky. You guys have no idea how blessed I am. I'm so blessed to have the mentors in my life that I have. I'm so blessed to have the contacts that I've developed in the last 3.5 to 4 years. I've developed some of the best contacts ever. I don't know how or why I'm blessed with this, but I am. And I've got amazing friends in all walks of life. I have the most interesting live streams with different people. Sometimes they're super high profile, sometimes they're not at all, and they're just really interesting stories. It's funny because you get accused sometimes of getting attention. Yeah, it's a YouTube channel. You need to get attention on your channel so that you can maintain interest. And I find that to be the thing that I do the best. The thing that I'm the most proud of is being able to give you guys different stories on abortion, stories on abortion survivors, stories on senators, stories on the condition of men today, stories on immigration. That is what I do, and I'm really pleased to be able to do it. And now my audience has reached Americans and all that kind of stuff. So look, you may be losing friends. It happens. It's crap. You don't want it to be a reality, but it's happening, okay? But, and it might not even be for the same reasons as me. Like, Daisy Cousins is a friend of mine, and I did ask her this question on one of her live streams once, and she said, yeah, you do lose friends, but then you gain better friends in return. And that's what's happened. I've got better friends, and you know what's the most disappointing thing? And this is another video all on its own. A lot of the friends that I lost in the political realm were Christian. You know, they were unloyal friends. They were feeding information to other people. They were just not nice people. They were choosing those who would choose to paint me as some sort of a villain rather than believing me. I'm not someone who's really a known liar. Anyway, it is what it is. I love all my high school friends, and you know, a lot of you guys have, I think, grown to love my friends Diane and Alyssa. Diane and Alyssa are two of the friends who I see the most these days. And I hope you guys enjoy the majority of our silly little interactions when we do go live together. Just hold on to the ones that you have. And if they're not political, don't talk politics to your friends who are not political. Just talk life. Yeah. So anyway, I hope you like this Dear Diary. Maybe I'll do one a month. I don't know. But yeah. How nice is the background? It's just such a nice day. I have to go to work in, I think, about 2 hours. So I hope you guys like this video. Please circulate it if you think it's relatable in any way. There is no facts or stats in this video. It's just me. So I don't know how I'll edit this exactly. But God bless you all. And remember to love your enemies.